sun is somewhere there, so you probably need to be here for now to start off with over this side, and then turn towards me. Yeah, that's good. Hello, welcome to the Producers Live in Uganda. We're going live 15 minutes before time, just so that you can see what's happening behind the scenes, and you can see what the setup is. We're outside City Oil in Kamocha. Hopefully you can hear me. And we have a Canon camera here. If you turn to Kendra, with a Rode audio shotgun mic. We're not using it as a boom because it'll be too complicated to follow me, but we're using it as a shotgun mic just so that we can get at least some audio to pair and to sync the audio that she's got in her back. If you just twist. We've got the Zoom H6 in here with the audio linking directly to this Rode audio mic. If you can tilt down, in here, hidden behind there. We've also got a second mic. We've got a second mic, which is also a Rode audio mic, and that will be on the other person who's going to be joining me later on when we walk down. So it's really noisy here on the main road, Kira Road in Kamocha. But I will do my best to try and raise my voice so that you can hear what's going on. We're outside here in Kamocha. If you, I'm going to ask Priscilla to turn around so you can see what the feel is like here in Kampala. Okay, so do it again, but really slowly. We turn, but really slowly. Really slowly. Slowly, 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 slowly. Right, so you get a feel. Over here is Acacia Mall. So it's a big mall here in Uganda, in Kampala. Lots of different things in there. So we're just outside on the other side of Acacia Mall. And we'll be showing you which way we're going to be walking, because on this road we've got 2 TV stations. So if you are good at going to Google, you can find out which TV stations are in this area in Kamocha. But I will be specifically going to the ones we are going to be airing with in the next few minutes. I just wanted to show you the setup. So as you can see, Kendra's also got my flip-flops. She's got my sandals here because I'm wearing these shoes at the moment. Oh, you have to tilt down again. And I don't want to be in high heels for too long, especially on these roads with, you know, holes and whatnot. So once I finish doing what I need to do, I will get that sorted. So calls coming through. Hello. Hi. Who is this? Diego. Oh, Joe. Hi, Joe. How are you? I'm fine, thanks. Are you ready for today? Hospital. Oh, so sorry. Oh, okay. So I'm just outside City Oil at the moment, and I'm just about to, at 1 o'clock, I'll start walking to the station. Oh, is there anyone that you could get as a backup, just in case you're not there? Yes. Well, 1 o'clock is when I'm going live, exactly, because that's when I'm actually live on YouTube right now. Then we're going to start walking at 1 o'clock. So it's only going to take us like 60 seconds or however long to get to the station. And then I'll be meeting the representative outside there. If you have a backup, that'll be fine, because we've got a mic. The mic is ready to go. And so they just need to put the mic on, and then, yeah, we'll start the process. Do you think it'll be tight for you? Okay. Thank you. Or if you can, then that's great. Okay, always be ready for anything to happen. So the person that I'm supposed to be meeting, unfortunately, they have a family member who's ill in the hospital, and they've had to rush to the hospital. So what I've done is I've tried to ask them if they can organize for, because they said they're heading there now, but they're actually going to see if they can come down themselves, but they're at the hospital at the moment. So I've asked them just to see if they can have a backup ready, just in case they don't make it in time. So yeah, always be prepared for anything. Anything can happen in this industry, and you really need to be prepared, ready to go. Mr. Muzinguzi is here live on YouTube. I'll just show you what the setup is. So we've got a Canon camera here, and this is just for my record. So it's not really sort of necessary to YouTube live, just for me. I've got a shotgun mic here just to get a bit of audio so we can sync it later on. But I'm wearing a Rode wireless mic, which is tucked in here. And in the backpack is the Zoom H6, which is picking up the audio from the mic. We've also got a second mic, which will be put on the other person who is going to be joining me. So as you can see, look behind, these are the taxis, the Ugandan taxis. And we've just stopped at a place which the taxis just stop at to pick people up. So you can feel the hustle and the bustle of Kampala. You can see how it is, the hustle and the bustle. We've got the border guys. Hi, borders. Borders guys are really watching intently, and then as soon as you say hi, they're driving off. So yeah, so we've got the border guys, we've got everything going on here. But this is Kampala. We've got the traffic, what they call traffic angels. I think they're called white angels. The traffic people down the corner doing their thing. So hopefully they'll help us. And then we've got, what do we have this side? We've got just more traffic going up and down. So hopefully when we need to cross the road, hopefully we'll be able to cross the road safely. Now Kendra has to carry the camera and the tripod and follow me as I'm walking. So we're just going to do a test trial for her to see the method that's best for her. So are you ready for your trial, Kendra? Okay, so you don't know which way I'm going, Kendra, so I'm going to do both ways. You need to be ready. Okay? All right, off we go. Okay, so we're just weaving through the traffic, weaving through the people. Is Kendra able to keep up with me? Okay. Now, we've just come here, and I think the conductor of a bus is like, do you want to get in the bus? They do that all the time. It doesn't even matter if you're in a car. They'll be like, you want to ride? You're in your car. But this is Kampala. This is the hustle and bustle. Right, we're going to test Kendra again. Off we go. Come on. Right, so I need to make sure that I can walk and talk and keep on looking at you at the same time. All right, nice, good test. So we're just going to get feedback. We're going to get feedback from Kendra. Kendra, how was that? How was that, Kendra? How did you find it? Not the audio. The audio becomes shaky. My audio. Ah, okay. So she told me that my audio is it cutting out? No. So you can still hear it. Is it peaking? Is it like, if it's peaking, then we need to reduce it. No, it's okay. When you're moving. Okay, maybe my voice is shaky. You sure it's not peaking? It's peaking. No, peaking. Is it going too loud? Right? You hear like it's popping. No. So it sounds like it's low enough. It's okay. Right, okay. But what we don't want is we don't want the audio to peak, because if it's blown out, it's going to be hard to recover that information. We want to make sure it's better for it to be lower and you can increase the sound rather than it going above what it should be, and then it'll be hard to get the sound down. So what is our time? I've got my time reveal. It's come up there as a reminder. So that means we have 10 minutes. 10 minutes until we go to the official time when we're actually live. And then we will take you. So anybody who wants to come and join us here, just outside City Oil, is welcome to come and join us. Anybody who wants to see it happening here and there, right here and now, jump on the border, come down and join us, and then you can ask your questions live there as well. But what I should be doing is I should be going on YouTube on my phone so that I can read any comments if I'm too far away from Priscilla. Right. YouTube. How do you get to YouTube? Right, here we go. Aha. Go to channel. Okay. So if you go to YouTube, you go to. Oh, hello! This is my friend from Rest Corner. How are you doing? I'm fine, thank you. You know him. Simple. Make sure you go to YouTube now. All of you go to YouTube. A producer's life in Uganda, and you can watch what's going on right here. Okay, so go onto YouTube, go to a producer's life in Uganda, and you will see this logo of Let's Cook, and you'll see live. You can click on it, and then you'll be able to see what's going on here. Now, obviously, those of you that are in the room already know how to do it. So all you need to do is spread the word to all your WhatsApp groups, all your family, all your friends, everyone you know in Uganda. Get them to tune in right here at a producer's life in Uganda to find out which channel Let's Cook, the new TV reality show, is going to be aired on. Now, anyone in the room, please can you tell me how's the sound? Because I can feel the wind blowing, there's the engines running. How's the sound? Can you hear what I'm saying? Bye. Can you hear what I'm saying? Just let me know if you can hear what I'm saying, if you need me to increase my volume. Okay, like now, I'm live. I can see it, and that means I can watch the messages from my phone. But I need to hold my phone really tightly because we're right here in a busy area of Kampala, in a place called Kamocha. It's not spelled the way you might think it would be spelled. It is spelled, let me look where there's a spelling of Kamocha somewhere. KamwokyA. Thanks, Priscilla. Oh, it's gone off again, so I can see there's a message. I'll read it from here. Yeah, exactly. This guy's just like staring. He's like, what is going on? He's like, I can't work out. Oh, thanks, Diego. Even with all the traffic, all the noise, it's good that you can hear. Is he still there? Yeah, he's still there. Okay. So, thanks for joining, Diego. Now, once we've started, I probably won't be able to see what's happening in the chat, but I will be telling you exactly what's going on. We'll be walking down to the station, then we'll have a mini interview with the person there at the station, tell you which station it is, and then you can ask your questions. So questions about the show, how we made it, what the concept was, why we decided to come to Uganda. Any question you have about the show or about production, then just post your questions up on there, and we will. I will do my best to answer those questions for you. Obviously, there's somebody in the chat room who already knows a lot about the show because they are in season 2 of the show. So Diego Mizero is actually a contestant on season 2 of the show, so you'll be seeing him soon once we release the footage for season 2. And he'll be able to tell you what it was like being a contestant, what the atmosphere was like, what the environment was like on the show. Obviously, being something new to a lot of people, they had to kind of get used to what it was like being on set. So keeping time and things like that. So yes, we shall see. So, my thing has just stopped. I shall play it again. Don't forget, get onto your groups, get onto wherever you are and spread the word. Any of you with a community channel, then spread out this live so that people can come in and watch and see what we're doing here. Oh, right. Let's practice using my phone because I really should. That's who Papa Africa Chef is. We actually have a contestant from this show that you're going to watch, season 1 of Let's Cook, who is in the chat, and that is Pablo Semper. he's actually in the trailer as well. He's in the trailer. I think I can't remember what was in the trailer because there are lots of different trailers we've made, but I think it was one that said, who puts lemon with Katogo? So that's the guy. That is Pablo Semper. You'll be getting to meet him and fall in love with him when you watch the show on the 7th of July at 8 p.m. on... Not yet. Not yet. Too soon. So if there's anything that I need to be aware of, then do let me know. And if you have any questions for those two people, that's Papa Africa Chef and Diego Mizero, about what it was like being on the show, then ask those questions now while we're still waiting. Also, just to let you know, Pablo, are you able to drop the email address or the information about what you're doing at the moment? I know he started something called Pablo's Kitchen, and that will be up and running in a few months' time. It's up and running already, but he's out of the country at the moment, and that will be up and running I think in about a month's time, that will be open. And from my understanding, that is in Nalia. But correct me if I'm wrong, Pablo. I believe that's in Nalia. So go out, check Pablo's food out. He also has an Instagram page. And if you could put that Instagram page on the chat, please, Pablo. Go online, get your link, put it on the chat. Then people can connect with you. People can find out what you're doing, what you've been doing since season 1 of Let's Cook. Pablo's Plate. Pablo's with a Z. Pabloz, Plate, and that's in Nalia. But then I know he does have an Instagram page and a Facebook page. So you guys need to watch the links that he's going to drop there, and you can see what he's doing. An amazing, amazing, amazing chef. And this is someone who is he started off self-taught, but the way he thinks about food is just in a whole new level. And he showed that on the show as well. And you really, really love watching his progress and watching the meals that he made, watching how he was able to use traditional ingredients and create something that was just looked like, a fine dining meal. And that's what we want to bring to Uganda. We want people to think outside the box. We want people to realize that, yes, Food Network is great. Watching things in the UK is great. Great British Bake Off, MasterChef, all of those are great. But we here in Uganda, in Africa, we can produce our own content. We can have our own contestants who make amazing food or who provide us with amazing entertainment value, who showcase and share their life stories that allow us to relate to them and learn something from them. So, really enjoy watching the show when it comes on air on TV on the 7th of July 2019, 8 p.m. on Sunday. Okay, so officially it is 1 p.m. So we're just going to let whoever needs to come into the room. But I will now welcome you officially. Those of you who joined us earlier, good job. You got a sneak peek. You got to see my shoes. You got to see my comfy shoes. So you got the behind the scenes. So here we are. Welcome to A Producer's Life in Uganda. I am here in Kamocha, and I am just outside Acacia Mall. Acacia Mall is right there. We're just outside City Oil. I'm about to talk about the show, and then we're going to show you where the show will be aired, which station it will be aired. Now, there's more than one TV station that's based on this road, right? So even if you Google, you wouldn't know until I start walking, okay? So right now, we are just waiting so that you guys can go and tell all your friends to come in and watch. I know there's some people that will be watching from other countries and the time zones are different. I did have an issue with the setting of the live stream, and the timings were going everywhere because I put the time that I thought it should be, which is 1 p.m. But it was making it, I think it was putting it GMT time or was doing something strange to it. So until I kind of Diego, what do you know? I know it. I know what? Well, until I kind of set it so that it was 3 hours or a few hours behind, then that's when it gave the real time. So hopefully people are getting the notification that right now we are live here in Kamocha, in Kampala. It's very busy, it's very noisy, but you guys are going to stick with me and you're going to find out which station is going to air Let's Cook Season 1, and that will be at 7 p.m. on 8 p.m. on Sundays, starting from the 7th of July 2019. But just do a twirl with me so that you can see how busy this area is and why it's so noisy. It's like we're dancing, isn't it? So we've got the border drivers, we've got the taxi drivers, we've got people going in and out of taxis, we've got just motorists moving up and down. Obviously, there are people going into Acacia Mall as well. So it's going to be quite busy. So if you're watching this live stream and you want to come down here to Kamocha, and I've already started moving, hopefully we move slow enough so that you can catch up with us. Just hop on the boda, find the lady with a white dress and yellow shoes. Can you show my shoes? And then you can follow us to whichever station that we're going to. So this morning, I was trying to decide whether I do the show. Yes? Oh, the TV station is on the road, but there's more than one TV station on this road. So you might not be as clever as you think, Diego. I should be using this. But keep on chatting, ask lots of questions. Those of you who have not been in the show, ask questions to those people who have been on the show. What was it like? What was and all that kind of stuff. We're being quite cautious and wary of who's around us. I'm testing Chrissy to see if she's holding the laptop really well. Okay, Kendra's lapping over here. Come and see Kendra. This is Kendra here. So once again, welcome for joining me here. Now, as I said, the show is really about allowing you to fall in love with the characters. It's allowing you to realize that there are lots of people out there in the world with differences, but each person has something to bring to the table, so to speak. It's about understanding that even if you go through trials in life, that there's always a way forward, there's always a way out, and that there are people that have been through those same trials and they made it through on the other end. So we have different people that were, got pregnant outside of marriage, people that grew up in households where there was divorce, people that grew up in families that were, perfect families, you could call that. And then, so just about life, people with ambition, people who want to start businesses, people who have dreams and ideas. And it's a case of really just speaking to the Ugandan public to say, you are one of those people. You can achieve what you want to achieve in your life. And regardless of the barriers, regardless of, this is perfect now, it's now cloud cover. Regardless of the barriers you might find in your life, someone else has been through it. So you can go through it too. You can come out at the other end. You can identify with people that are real. Not the people that we had on the show. We didn't ask them to put on makeup. We didn't put makeup on them. There were suggestions that, they should have makeup. Even the guys should be wearing makeup. We wanted to show real people, warts and all, pimples, everything, so that we know that this is someone I can identify with. It's not just in TV land. It's not, everyone there is not so-called perfect. Kendra, watch your bag. In TV land, everyone is not perfect, because a lot of the times that's the portrayal, that's the thing that's portrayed to us. But I wanted to be real. I wanted people to be themselves. Wear what you want to wear, look how you want to look. The only restriction that we said was that making sure that they didn't wear anything that was see-through. because the cameras, without them knowing, could capture undergarments and things like that. So there's a big lorry going beside us. That's what the loud noise was. Kendra, does it work if you put the backpack in front of you? No, there's a zip. I'm just telling Kendra to be mindful. There's a zip, which means that someone can open the zip and take what's inside. They can. Right, okay, so we're getting a call from the station. Hello? I'm fine, thank you. Okay, right now, I'm just heading over to the station because we're live on YouTube. We're doing an event at the moment. So I'm going to be heading down on there. I could go to your computer and help you to do that after we finish the event. Is that okay? Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, so I'm waiting for a call from the person there to say that they're ready. They're ready for me to start walking towards them. I might have to give them a call again. But we can walk very slowly. Let's start the journey. Right. So we started here at City Oil, and it's good that the taxis have kind of stopped. So here we go. So we have to be really careful because there are cars going left, right, and center. And there's another car coming, so we be careful. You have to be really careful here in Kampala because sometimes, especially if it's taxis, taxis don't give way for anyone. If you're driving and the taxi's coming, they'll just push in. So you need to be really cautious and careful. But yeah, I'm going to see if I can cross the road. Okay, this is time now for all of you to start praying that we make it across this busy road. You see how busy it is? It's like traffic coming from everywhere. Okay, so Kendra's just trying to adjust herself. Just trying to adjust herself. And then we're going to go across this busy road. See how we can maneuver. Oh, see how we can maneuver there. Right, so I'm just going back onto this. And I'm going to, careful, oh, careful. Let's see how we can do that. Right, okay, so we're going to cross the road now. I might just have to be like you see I'm wearing white, so I might just have to be like a traffic warden and stop the traffic to go by. There we go, best opportunity now. Okay. Right, so we're crossing over. The car managed to stop. Right, yesterday when I was doing my test, I walked into a plant. I bumped into the plant, so I'm going to make sure that I bump into any like road signs or like trip over any rocks. There are a few hazards, but let's see. Again, so let's talk about Let's Cook. So we've got 9 contestants and we have 1 winner. The 9 contestants, as they're cooking, they talk about their life, they talk about who they are, they reveal, different things about themselves. And by the end of it, you'll get to know them. If they stay in the competition long enough, you'll get to know them quite a bit. Okay, this is a Ugandan bus shelter. It's for all of those who haven't seen a Ugandan bus shelter before, hiding away from the sun. Let's carry on. So yes, they will So they will be talking about their lives, talking about their interests, and they'll also tell us, they'll also interact with each other as well in the kitchen. They'll get to interact with each other, they'll get to form relationships as the show goes on. You'll see a few rivalries which are developing as well on the station. Let them go back to YouTube so that I can see the live chat. Oh, Diwalo, thanks for joining us. Now you can see Kampala. Yes, thank you. I'm going to hold my phone with two hands now. Because actually, yes, the Rogan guys can do it, but they actually do that in the UK as well. They get people who go on mopeds, snatch things and go off. So walking down, we just show this way so we can see. There we go. That's a bit better. So yeah, on the show, walking slower. On the show, we will. You'll see the relationships form between the contestants. You'll see the relationships form between the judges as well. I'm just making sure I don't fall into a hole. YouTube through a hole. So you'll see the relationships form with the judges as well, and how they sort of get into their role. So season one, we're not really focusing on the judges so much. Yeah, I'm going to hold it very well. Yes, we're not going to be focusing on the judges so much. We're really focusing on the contestants. For season two, you'll get to know a bit more about the judges, about what they're looking for, about the types of things that they like as well. But just as an introduction to the Ugandan market for season one, I wanted it to be about the contestants, about the people, the real people who are actually coming out to do their thing, to show their passion, to try something new. So that will be quite nice to see how that develops. And some of them have already started things to do with catering. I know one of them, Sharifa Naluoga, is doing baking. Another one called John Paul O'Mara was working for an organization, but also he was doing some baking things as well and cooking. So yeah, it's all about trying things, trying to make something of yourself with your passion. If you enjoy doing something, how can you make it into a job? How can you make it into work? So that you're doing what you love. On the show as well, we're trying to promote different types of people as well. So, you know, not just people that have everything together, you know, people that have been through life, they've gone through trials, they've gone through situations, but they've been able to overcome them, or they're in the process of overcoming them. So that's something that we're trying to promote. Oh, what's my screen doing? Right, I've lost YouTube, so I'm going to go back and see if I can find it. That's because I was holding my phone so tightly. I was holding my phone so tightly because of all your advice that I was squeezing the wrong buttons. I was deleting everything. Right, here we go, here we go, here we go. So you can get the link for the live by going to the live and then clicking share. So if you've got a community tab, share it out on there so that we can have whoever wants to join us can join us. Keep on walking. It was actually quite nice walking in Kampala. Pardon? Yes, fine. We're looking at the battery life to see if it's still okay. We need to tilt them. That's it, yeah, like that. So it's actually quite nice just having a nice stroll in Kampala. And although it's hot, it's not like too scorching hot. The sun is out because it's, you know, past midday. Kendra's right behind us. Show Kendra there. Is Kendra there? Okay, so let's see if we can go to the live chat. Ah, I'm back. I'm back online. Great. Oh, thank you for the thumbs up. Anyone else who's come in, please don't forget the thumbs up. Hopefully we don't have too much longer to walk because my feet are hurting me. Okay, so we're almost here, and we are going to reveal who will be airing Let's Cook Season 1. No, it's not Kampala Medical Center. I'm not showing you yet. I just want to make sure that we are all set to go. And the good thing is the contestants don't even know who it's with. So this will be new to them as well. I've managed to keep it under wraps. Right, there we go. Night robbery, is that Nairobi robbery? Right, okay. So what I will do is I'm going to get the second mic from back here, if it's still there. The good thing is you can see there, this is already on. So preparation is key. It's already on so that we can just put mic the person up. So what I will be doing is I will quickly run in while the ladies just stay here a while because I don't want to reveal yet until the person's there. And then we will go and reveal. You can see me sort of looking. So if you're good with your directions, you can kind of like work which way we walked and see who it's with. But from now, if you'd like to guess which station it's with, then put your guess in the chat. Put your guess in the chat as to which station you think Let's Cook will be aired with. But let me just pop in and I'll leave you watching Kendra for about 60 seconds while we go and mic up. Kendra, can you tell people that we're waiting to see who Let's Cook is going to be aired with? Or Priscilla, do you want to do it? Pardon? Oh, that was my car. Right. We're gonna Is it?
No, it's not your car.
I thought I saw my car. But my car's actually the other side. So we're gonna keep on walking. Let's keep on walking, guys. We're not there yet. I was just seeing if you're paying attention. Right, it looks very, very similar. But this is not where we are going to be aired. Right, here we go. We will continue to go down, trying not to trip, trying not to fall. And you can also enjoy the view of Kampala. So as I said, Acacia Mall's behind us. And we are going in the direction of the Gogo Mall. But let's keep on going. See where we end up. I was really happy. I thought we'd reached there. I was like, oh my goodness, I can change my shoes. But no, still have to walk. Right, keep on chatting to give me some encouragement, to give me some hope that we're almost there. Hopefully you'll be glued to your screens at 8 p.m. on Sunday. 8 p.m. on Sunday. Let's Cook. And the great thing is as well, we're going to arrange for the show. We're going to actually arrange for the show to be live streamed, which means that anyone all over the world, around the world, can watch the show live on Facebook. Once you go to that company's website, Facebook page. You'll be able to watch the show live. You'll be able to get connected. You'll be able to comment on Facebook. Oh, it keeps on doing this, right? You'll be able to connect on Facebook, comment about the show, and that would be interesting as well. So live streaming just really connects you to the world. You can, everyone anywhere can be able to come in and enjoy, see what Ugandan food ingredients are like, but then see how these amazing 9 contestants interpreted these foods and these dishes. Right, off we go. Oh, 1 minute, just before I go, I'm gonna do this, go back, I'm gonna go to share. Right, this is what you guys need to be doing. Find a group that you know will click on the link and share it to that group. Oh. Right, let me just see if I can share this out so that we can get more people in the room. Right, ready to keep on walking? Ready to go? Let's go. Okay, so you can see how busy this road is. So again, that's why people are like, be aware of your belongings, be careful, because you just never know. But with Let's Talk, what we want to do is show that there are people in Uganda, in Kampala, that have dreams, that can be creative, that have personality, that have life stories that we can all learn from. You know, so it's about sharing those life stories so that you can either identify with them or you can understand somebody else's predicament or somebody else's situation and learn from that. So that when you see someone else in that other situation, because you've identified with this other person watched on the show, you can kind of be a bit compassionate maybe, or understanding of that person because you've had exposure to them. So someone else is coming, new technology. Thank you for joining us. We're just walking on the street. I'm trying not to be attacked by these leaves. They're attacking me. This is the difficulty of walking on the street. Okay, follow me. We're still walking. We're still talking about the show. We're still talking about how wonderful Uganda is and Kampala is. How we've got different people. And we're just going to stand this way because we're almost there now. We'll look this way. We've got different people, we've got different characters, but we can all learn from each other's life stories. We can all learn from each other's experiences. We can either learn from those experiences to do the same thing again if it's a successful experience, or we can learn how to avoid certain things that are common to us all by looking at someone else's life. So in Let's Cook, you'll find out some stories of things that happen to people. There was a lady who was pregnant, but then she was abandoned by this person. The person went with their best friend, and as a result, they had to raise the child by themselves. But they've come through at the other end, and actually the child is a blessing to them. They're able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and they went through that life experience, actually growing from that life experience. So you as a viewer can watch that and say, do you know what? Yes, life might be tough at this moment in time, but I can do something. I can do something with my situation. I can progress myself. I can make the most of where I am at the moment. So that's what Let's Cook is about. It's not just about cooking, although it's called Let's Cook. It's about people. It's about relationships. It's about falling in love with the characters and getting to know them, identifying yourself in one of the characters, or even being able to see one of the characters and say, do you know what? I've learned something from that person's situation. Oh, sorry, we're just going to move to the side for these lovely ladies. So here we are. I'm just going to make a call so that I can speak to, while trying to hold my phone and do it very discreetly. So let's have a look. Right. See, that's the thing with technology. Multitasking, trying to do so many things at the same time. Let me just make that quick phone call to make sure that we're ready to go. So we're going to make sure that we're ready to go. And then we shall tell you who it's going to be with. I wish I could do like the Google Hangouts where you can actually sort of hear what the other person is saying. But I'm not that technologically savvy. So for now, I will just make a phone call and then walk about 30 feet. Hello, hi Joe. No, I haven't. Is it Baxter? Baxter's going to be the person? Oh, fantastic. I don't have his number. I can't see anybody outside. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so we're ready to go. And I'm going to just, as I said, I'm going to give this mic to someone and then I will run back. So, Kendra, if you could take over and tell us it's going to be at 8 p.m. Just be careful. Sundays at 8 p.m. Priscilla, remind you, but don't say which station yet.
Hello, hi everyone. I'm Kendra. This is Yellow Production. The show will be airing on any TV station from the producer's life in Uganda, and it will be airing out, but the station we cannot reveal it out now yet. But in the meantime, it will be airing out. I think I'm now on the camera. We are around Kakamocha, near almost I think we shall make it because Liz has been giving you the updates. We shall be inside. Then we shall be doing a brief interview with time coming. That's what I think she'll be doing because she has gone to find out. She's trying to find out because you cannot just ambush any TV station, of course, when you're not required for any details. So she's going to ask for the details, then she'll be updating you what's going on. I think she'll be updating you what's going on and with time, because I think that people on YouTube, you should continue to subscribe into a producer's life in Uganda and Yellow Production, which is Let's Cook season. The other seasons are yet to come, so we need to be coming and coming, of course. The other seasons, as right now, maybe I can remove my headphones because I want to coordinate the sound with Liz Russia is going to coordinate with the person to interview so I think that's all for now, but I think let's cook seasons are coming more and more and more. You need to enjoy them, you need to have life about them. I think they shouldn't go you and continue subscribing and continue sharing it. Our producer's life in Uganda community. We love you all, we like you all, our subscribers. We are glad, so we shall be soon airing the TV station where the show will be airing out. Diego, thank you for the follow-up, thank you for the comments. That's it. Priscilla, can you remind me the show will be airing when
Sundays at 8 p.m.
It will be on Thursday, Sunday at 8 p.m. I'm not sure about the TV station it's going to air out, but as you saw the direction of the road we are using, you can just coordinate and say, I wish we are going to this road, I wish we are going to that road. I think that's it. So you should continue enjoying our subscription. Diego, thank you, and Papa Africa Chef, thank you. Because I saw your comments, be careful with your phone. These Dakota guys have tonight quite a few. We are reading your comments. I didn't want to miss the screen. Oh yeah, you better be careful. Like Nairobi robbery. No, this is Uganda. We have robbers and The robbers in Uganda are so many. Yes, they do robbery, they steal, but the thieves in Uganda are always like that. So you have to just be careful. Take care of yourself. Thank you for your comments. Hope you love me later. Okay, we are saying happy to see you here, Dalo. Thank you for all your comments. Instagram Pablo's Flex, yes, it's Inaria. Papa Africa Chef, Pablo's Chicken on the Facebook. Thank you for all your comments. We are reading them and we are glad to have you. We love you all our viewers on YouTube for our producer's life in Uganda and the girl always behind the camera. My name is Sandra. Lisa is always the one on the show. So we love you all. I'm going to hand you back to Liz. I think
Wait, are you stealing my job? Are you trying to steal my job?
No, I'm telling them I'm always behind the camera.
She's doing a good job. I saw the way she was explaining.
And I was giving them thanking them for their comments, reading their comments one by one.
Thank you.
Subscribe, share.
Whoa, she's a pro. Okay, so I went offline because the internet went off on my phone because I left the space. So let's just connect back onto the internet so that I can see what's happening here. We are ready to go. We are going to reveal which station is going to air Let's Cook Season 1 here in Uganda, Kampala, and stream it live on Facebook. So all over the world, you can come in and join us. It's going to be at 8 p.m. on Sundays, starting from the 7th of July, 2019. This is a big reveal. So Let's Cook is going to be aired on. Follow me. Follow me, follow me, follow me. Well done, yeah, follow me. Are we ready? Ready? Follow me, follow me. Are you still with me? Okay, hope you're still with me. So you have to move back a bit. Okay, so I'm just going to bend down here. We're going to reveal by showing you the top of the building, but then we'll go inside and have a chat with one of the members of staff of the station. So here we go. Are you ready? If you are in the house and you are ready, type ready, and then I will be able to ask them to lift it up. So if you are ready to find out who is going to broadcast Let's Cook Season 1 in Uganda, Kampala, and streaming throughout the whole world on Facebook, then type ready. Oh, Diwala is ready. Who else is ready? Just type ready. I can see one ready there. Everyone else has gone to make a cup of tea. Ready. There we go. Don't have Facebook account. Don't have YouTube account, so you probably can't comment. You could just watch. It is so beautiful here in Kampala. Yes, it is. So Let's Cook Season 1 is going to be aired on... Turn it up a bit more. Record TV Uganda. Woo woo! So at 8 p.m. on Sundays, from the 7th of July, switch over to Record TV Uganda, and you will be able to watch Let's Cook Season 1, the first of its kind in Uganda, which follows the lives of 9 contestants as they cook to compete to become the Let's Cook champion. Record TV Uganda and on Record TV's Facebook page in Uganda, you'll be able to watch it streamed there. So that is a big reveal. Oh yes, thank you for the party poppers. Thank you for the emojis. I'm here. With me here is Baxter. Can you introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Baxter. I work with Rico TV. I'm the program's director at the moment. And of course, we are just so glad and so honored that we're going to be showing Let's Cook, like she said, from 7th of July. All you have to do is make sure at 8 p.m. you're on, and everything is going to be nothing but amazing. And thank you so much for choosing us, Liz, because this is actually a very, very great honor. And everyone out there who's watching, just know it's going to be amazing. And we're going to give you the fire, the energy, the love, the zeal. It's all going to be nothing but awesome.
Fantastic. Sure. Thank you so much, Baxter. So, Baxter, what is your job exactly? What do you do here at Record TV?
Here, my job is to make sure that all programming is in line, especially when it comes to content. The shows are moving on well, both live and recorded, and to make sure that the hosts are happy, the guests who we get to host on our shows are happy. To make sure we have all the equipment we need for the particular shows to air in place, and make sure that we get to beat the deadlines when it comes to timings. It's time. So if we say it's going to be 8, rest assured it's going to be 8, and nothing is going to fail. No power issues, no it's all going to be
no power issues at all.
That's the thing.
You have to be here on time, and
that's for sure.
You need to switch on time as well, so that you can get it there, because they will not let you down.
And the beauty is, even if you can't access your TV, we're always live on Facebook, so you can just go on Facebook, Rico TV Uganda, and you'll be actually able to catch us, especially when it comes to our live shows and recording. So long as it's content that we want everyone to at least have a list of, we usually make sure that we reach on all platforms.
Fantastic. So Record TV has its roots in Brazil. Obviously, they do have their station here in Uganda, in Kampala. They've just moved to this new flashy building. Here, you can have a look here, from industrial area. And they do lots and lots of different things, but Let's Cook has found its home here on Record TV. And what we liked about Record TV was their family sort of feel, their family entertainment feel that they have here, the values that they hold as well. And that really just attracted us to Record TV. So with Record TV, they've got a worldwide reach, and you'll be able to watch the show live streamed on Facebook.
Very well.
And they have lots of other programs as well that you can watch on the Facebook page. What kind of things can you watch on? Because I know Daybreaker is on Facebook. You can access that on Facebook. What else?
So we do Daybreak in the morning. That's basically for the corporate people who want to know about business, you want to know about health, politics, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then we also have a show that usually is more like a patrol team that usually runs down to see what our celebrities are up to. We always want to pick up some of that.
Okay.
So once we find any of that, we make sure at least the fans know about it, and also get to understand that these celebrities, much as they're up there, they also have their own shortcomings, so no one should feel anything like intimidated. And of course, also even the good things, the achievements, be it anything that comes around, a failure, an achievement, a challenge, anything that comes, even if it's not just controversial, just make sure that at least the fans know about it. Besides music, and then from there we also do. We have an evening drive show. That's very, very important, especially in media, because that's prime time.
Yes.
So our show is Chikunda, basically built on Uganda local music. That is actually 80%. Then we get to play a little bit of African music, that will be like at a 10%, just to make sure that at least, especially if a Ugandan feel show.
Yes.
Even when you're streaming live, you get to see, wow, this is the music in Uganda. So we groom our own, appreciate them, and of course give them an enormous platform that all of them can be accommodated on, that's for sure. And then our news bulletin, that's actually Wano Nawali, that's basically for the Uganda audience.
Can you say that again?
Wano Nawali.
Right, let me try that. Nawo Nala.
Wano Nawali.
Nawo
Wano
Nawali.
Basically stands for
Wano Nawali.
Stands for here and there.
Here and there.
Yeah,
okay.
so
You're learning something new.
News has been here, news has been there.
Right.
There and here.
And there.
Here and there.
Here and there.
Here and there.
There and here.
Here and there.
Here and there. Okay.
Wano is here.
Wano.
Nawali is there.
Nawali. Wano, Nawali. Here and there.
So that is actually our official Luganda news bulletin, because Luganda is wide. Down in Uganda is actually, I think, the biggest language spoken by all people from different, races, because we have different tribes in the country.
And Luganda is from the central, language from the central.
Yes, so that's very key. Then, of course, at 8:30, actually at 8 sharp, we get to now give a bigger coverage, especially when it comes to the official language of the country, that's English.
Right.
We have our English news bulletin, that's Speak Uganda, like it says, it from one border to the other. That's all Uganda. But of course, we're also going to feature a couple of international stories, but majorly stories from within the 256. So you get to realize that we as Rico TV, we have programs that are going to be suitable for your entire family. We have shows that get to air on weekend that are interesting, like Her Moment. So I believe one day actually we shall get to host Liz, Her our moment. Let's cook.
Exclusive
Where
here.
did we begin from? What else is shit down? We look into things. So basically, a show meant to empower women and inspire others out there to realize that actually they have a lot of power in them. You just have to make good use of them. That's for sure.
That's what we like.
Yes, and then we have the indigenous beats. Have you ever heard the drums?
The Ugandan drums?
Mhm.
I play the Ugandan drums.
Now,
I've danced to the you can see my Ugandan dancing. I've danced to the Ugandan drums. That's how we dance in Uganda.
that's the thing. So basically, that one looks at the music produced using local instruments.
Oh, like the Ugandan violin.
Mhm.
Oh, I love that.
Ugandan violin, and then you have the Ugandan drums, and sometimes they even show you how they are made to make sure that the sound is good, the maintenance, a lot of things.
The fabric, the banana fibers.
Even the players. You know, someone who can play a live band set, they might not actually play this one,
Yes.
the local one. So all that we dig into, sometimes you even also check out the languages, because you might hear a very good song, but you even have no idea what they're singing about.
Yeah.
So we get to break down. It's quite huge and very, very rich in particular. Those are just some of the programs actually you have to look up for. But we have a big one.
Oh,
We have a big one.
Hold on, are you guys ready? Right, get your phones out, set your diary, get to your diary. Let me give you a moment. Go to, first of all, go to 7th of July.
Yes.
Set in your diary, 8 p.m. Record TV, Let's Cook. But here's another one that's coming, okay, that you need to be aware of. If you're here in Uganda, and is it going to be streamed as well?
Very much.
It's going to be streamed, so all over the world. Hold on. So what's coming now? So what's coming next?
Now we have Let's Cook on 7th July.
Yes.
But we realized that if we want to have all the audience and the attraction we want for Let's Cook, we have to also give something something even much bigger, or maybe the same big, because they are big shows. Now this is actually going to be Moses and the Ten Commandments, but not the one you saw. This you have never seen. We have had a hashtag that went viral on Twitter. Hashtag M10.
Hashtag M10. Okay, so that's on Twitter.
Which most people actually have been confusing with MTN, you know, the biggest mobile network down here in Uganda. So every time you could mention like M10, something like MTN.
MTN? No, not MTN. Hashtag M10.
So
which
the M
stands for?
Moses, and then we skip the I. The and is silent, and then we have the 10 commandments. So 10 is actually underneath. There is the commandments.
Right.
10 of them.
So Moses and the 10 Commandments is hashtag M10. So if you go to Twitter and you put hashtag M10, will that come up?
All the tweets are going to come out, and they're actually piling up. It's quite a good number, and you see that actually the traffic has been like over like what 3 weeks, a month ago. So we believe right now, because we have like 2 weeks to the D-Day, but it's going to be huge. It's going to be amazing, and the beauty about it is a record TV production.
Woo! Right.
Now,
Okay. So we've got Ingero Production coming to Record TV for Let's Cook, but we've got a Record TV's own production called M10, which is Moses and the 10 Commandments. Now, everyone loves watching the Bible story, right? The way they just do those dramas and they go into the stories, but in such a way that's engaging. I mean, once you start watching, it's hard to stop.
But actually, the beauty about this, the story kind of twists a little bit. It's nothing you've seen. The picture, amazing. For those of you who have been suffering with poor quality images on your screens, this is not going to be the case like that. And the thing is, now M10, it has over 150 episodes. So it's not something you're going to watch and have that. I wish I could get more. It's going to be more and more than even what you can think in. It's going to be amazing. It's a family show. Nothing religious about it, because we all like a good story, right?
Yes.
So it's not going to be separating like this religion, that religion. It's a general family biblical soap opera that is going to teach you, that is going to entertain you, and that is going to make sure that you are well versed when it comes to what exactly happened. That events that surrounded, the revealing of the 10 Commandments, Moses, and of course all the history.
But in an entertaining way.
Very much, and the images, the sets, the scene, the characters. Oh my God! Just you wait. Now that is going to be actually premiered on 4th July.
That's the 4th of July. It's a few days before the 7th of July. So what you need to do is put in your diary, 4th of July, M10, hashtag M10, Moses and the 10 Commandments. And following after then the 7th of July at 8 p.m., which is a Sunday, Let's Cook. I think we should have hashtag LC.
That's what I'm saying.
But the problem is, I don't use Twitter. I don't know how. I don't use Snapchat. I don't use Twitter. I don't use Instagram.
So you want the
what are all these
business,
things?
you want the business world to miss out on this one. You know, people who are corporate, they like Twitter, Facebook, they don't take it too serious, you know,
Right.
they follow. But and on Twitter, by the way, things go faster. But with hashtags, actually, so we should be already running one for let's go.
Okay, right. So you guys out there, spread the word. Whoever's good with technology, new technology, I'm giving this task to you. Go and spread the word about Let's Cook, but go on Twitter because I'm hopeless. Okay, so whatever Twitter tag you want to put on there, get them to switch on their internet. Go onto Facebook. What's the Facebook page for Record TV? Is it Record TV Uganda Facebook?
Record TV Uganda.
Record TV Uganda.
Yes.
And wherever you are in the world, you wallow in the States. We've got lots of different people all over the world, Italy, England, Guernsey. Go onto the website at 8 p.m.
Yes.
Facebook, and you'll be able to watch Let's Cook on Sundays.
Right.
And on the 4th of July, on the Thursdays, at what time is M10?
M10 actually, it's going to be at 9 p.m.
9 p.m.
Yes.
Then you can sit down and watch Moses and the Ten Commandments while having your, well, actually, you'd have had your dinner by then, wouldn't you? You can get tantalized on the Sunday. After your dinner, you can watch Let's Cook and be like, oh my goodness, I should have made that meal. I should have made the meal that Sharifa Naluoga made. That looked really good. The Mexican rice with all the Ugandan local products, but the way they make it is so interesting. And also you can sit down and learn about the lives of the contestants. It's not just about cooking Let's Cook. It's about the people. It's about the stories. It's about connecting with the people and identifying with them and saying, do you know what? If that person can do it, so can I. If that person can overcome those barriers, well, so can I. If that person can have dreams and ambitions, then I can continue with my dreams and my ambitions to achieve my goals. So keep tuned. And more people coming into the room. So if you have any questions for Joel, then put them right here now so that he can go do things, but then put your questions right here now, questions for Joel, so that he can answer them for you.
Actually, one thing now that I like about what's
Sorry, Baxter. Questions for Baxter. Questions for Baxter.
Okay. So now here's the thing. Now, you know, some people, there's a perspective in society that is a local dish. It's a local meal. But with what we're going to show you that actually it's not local. There's nothing local about it. It's about the preparation. It's about the, you know, the spices you're putting in, the art. Cooking is
Yeah.
Some people don't know that. It's about, you know, heating up things and eat. That's right. You can actually do a lot of art with that meal, and it comes out so well. So you go to a five-star restaurant, and they get a couple of sliced oranges, and then they put on some little cucumber, and they put it in salad, and they're like, "Wow, you're gonna pay this much for that?" You can do that yourself. All you have to do is, you know, just open your mind, imagine what you would like your dish to look like, and you're actually gonna be able to get that. Well, if you watch Let's Cook, you might be that person who's gonna change the laws in your house, and you're gonna be that mother that no children at home, maybe even the dad,
they don't want to go out to eat. That's right. So we've got someone who said the art of cooking is important.
Very much.
Yes, that's right. The art of cooking is important. And then on the show as well, we have one contestant there called Hakeem Gwanika.
Okay.
And he talks about the fact that for him, cooking is health.
Wow.
You know,
Very
it's
much.
not just putting food in together and then putting it in your body, but he talks about the portions, the portions of food, the combinations. So having your proteins, having your vegetables, you know, thinking about what we put in our body, because what we put in our body affects what we put out of our body.
And how we think.
And how we think.
Very much.
He's going to be on Let's Cook. Right, season 4 is going to be the presenter. Let's Cook presenters.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to do Let's Cook YouTubers and Let's Cook presenters.
Okay.
So, yes, it's all about the different stories he can tell. So that person there is focused about health and eating, and you'll find out from his story that the reason why he's so interested in that is because one of his family members actually passed away, and what they attributed that to was unhealthy eating was part of it. So for that person, that life experience that they've gained from that, what you'd call a tragedy, has actually fueled him and the rest of his family to eat healthy food.
And I believe in that because, many a times we all meet, some hindrances in life when you get the negative feel. And usually maybe sometimes pain, sometimes it's disappointment. But all you just have to do is transform it and build something positive with it that you can be proud of. Now, some of the contestants in Let's Cook, that's exactly what they're doing. Perhaps they were part of a certain cooking contest and they lost and they felt bad and they felt discouraged. But now they're like, you know what? That pain right there, let's give people something that they think is actually quite impossible. So I believe Let's Cook is good for everyone. Even though you're still little, you don't cook at home, at least by the time you start cooking, you know exactly what you're preparing and how you're going to do it exactly.
That's right.
It's not just entertainment, but you win life.
That's right. Now, someone says that actually, see how the presentation is always done in many restaurants, which makes food look super good.
No.
So when you look at it, you're like, oh, I really want to eat it. But if it was exactly the same thing that they did and they just went,
They get the same mango you have at home. They just chop it up in a fancy way. They get the same orange just in a fancy way, and they put up a salad that they're gonna sell to you over what, $20? No. So it's basically about the art. And at home, by the way, you don't just do this thing for visitors, even your family.
Yes.
Even especially down here in Africa, we have a mentality that for visitors you have to do something superb. But for yourself, you can pass.
you've got the bed sheet for your visitors, the towel for your visitors, and then no one else in the house can use those towels or bed sheets.
For the visitors.
For the visitors only. No, we need to use it ourselves. We need to be able to treat ourselves. We need to give ourselves the best in life so that we have enough to give the visitors when they come.
You don't even have special plates for the visitors. No one touches it. Free. Now that is one of the things you just need to look into. We're not actually trying to give rules for your family and how you conduct your kitchen or your dining table. We're just saying you can be your own VIP and you can give yourself the VIP treatment. And if you watch Let's Cook, well, you're going to give that VIP treatment to yourself and you're also going to sit back, relax, be like, wow, did I just do that?
That's very, very true. So I hope you'll be paying attention to all the things that Record TV is doing.
Yeah.
Let's Cook. #M10. We've got Daybreaker, which you can get streamed online. The news as well. Record TV are hot on news. So the news as well, if you want to get your news, especially if you're out there, is the news streamed.
The news is streamed.
If you're in the diaspora, if you're out there in the UK, if you're out there in other countries, why don't you find out what's going on back home by going onto Facebook?
Yes.
You don't have to pay loads of money for what do they call it? Those packages, those TV packages that give you all these different stations.
Yeah.
You don't have to tap into your neighbor's, wireless network in the window to get signal to watch all these different African channels. No. Do it the right way.
And again,
go onto Facebook and watch Record TV.
Again, even through news, you get to see places. You can travel when you see it just there. And you say, oh, this is Uganda. Oh, those are the buildings in Uganda. These are the structures. So these are just some of the things, as you get to get the story in the story, that's when it comes to the news. You also get to adventure in the comfort of your living room, just on your phone, just some internet. And, you're just getting all this information and the adventure itself. Because after seeing it, then maybe you can actually be motivated to come down here. That's if you're not from Uganda.
That's right. Yeah, we've got Kenyans in the house. We've got people from the States in the house. We've got someone who is in Cote d'Ivoire in the house. And we've got people that are in Uganda in the house as well. So, last moment for you to ask questions to Baxter. I have one question for Baxter.
Yes.
Baxter, in Ugandan organizations, do people wear kanzus, the traditional Ugandan outfit? Do people wear kanzus?
Now, like I said,
I can see you're kind of like American. He's like, down with the kids. He's like, very American hip hop.
Okay, for starters, actually, I love hip hop very much, majorly from the Western world, but also support the local one. But now, when it comes to the kanzu as a traditional outfit, you realize, like I said, down here in Africa, this is where we have classified things. You can be like, this is suitable for this. Okay. Now, you realize if someone has maybe like an introduction ceremony where you go to make it official with your partner, that kanzu will be the perfect match. Or perhaps maybe you have like last funeral rites. Now, like that.
Funeral.
Last funeral rites.
Funeral rites, yeah. Okay.
After you bury the person,
Yes.
now you try to maybe pray for their soul,
Yes.
or maybe try to do something about their graveyard.
Yes.
Now those kind of outfits will be
You should
actually
wear a
very fine,
kanzu, the
you know.
traditional wear.
It looks more respectable and it brings out, the indigenous feel
Yes.
of Uganda as a country.
What
Now,
about for services like mosque or the church or the temple?
Now,
Do they wear kanzus for
for the
that?
Muslims, definitely they do in all fashions, in all designs, in all colors.
Yes.
But when it comes to the tradition, they usually have something here. The lining, how they push up the buttons, it
it's
differs from place to
different.
place.
Okay.
When you go to Eastern Uganda, they do it differently.
Right.
When you go to Western Uganda, they do it differently. Back in the central, they do it differently. Because for theirs, they can even put actually more like maybe like a liner or a lining that goes up to down here.
Right.
Here in
Okay.
central, and then others only comes up to here. So it's different designs, different styles, but the same outfit. It's a kanzu.
So this bit here is like the bling.
Yeah,
That's like the bling of the kanzu.
no.
That
Yes.
shows people like, okay, this is where I'm from, and this is what
So
is what I'm wearing.
they identify themselves. They're like, oh, Bagandas do like this. Because, in the different parts of Uganda, we have rooted tribes in there. So in the east, you start with the Basoga. And then in central Uganda, it's the Baganda. Then, in northern Uganda, it's the Alu. Basically people who they have a language, it's Lugbar.
That's Alu. So Alu is where you'll find like Otim and
Otim,
Oriem.
those kind of names. Then you go to the west. Now, basically, those are the Banyankore. They also have kanzus, but like I said, it's only just the difference is always just here. The colors, the material. That depends, I think, on how much someone is willing to invest in the outfit.
So on Record TV, then, can we learn about Ugandan culture on Record TV? Let's say if someone that lives outside, because we've got someone here from South Africa. So if somebody wants to learn about Ugandan culture, are there things that they can watch on Facebook, on Record TV to teach them about Uganda?
Yes, very much. Like I mentioned earlier on the indigenous bits, now we don't actually get any of that content outside Uganda. We could get something from South Africa, but we should be specific about it that this is from South Africa. And then we do it in a way of comparison. What are we doing here? What are they doing here?
Right,
After all,
okay.
it's the same continent.
Yeah.
So we get to learn some things because when you watch somebody's piece or maybe their product, you can also get to change a few things or maybe know where you stand. It's not a competition kind of thing, just comparison. Now that's one. Then when it gets to the news, our news we actually get to focus on different things. We have community-based news that it could be like more of a social corporate responsibility. Maybe it's about a community cause. We want to make sure that hygiene is there, sanitation, those kind of drives, that are humanitarian.
Yes.
That we very much do. And when it comes to Uganda, we've been to so many places, especially covering stories. There's no corner of the country we have not been at. And
good.
when we do that, we make sure that we interact more with people in that area so that they can also feel recognized. It's very strange when someone comes in your home and they come with their own crew, they don't even involve in their conversation, and you're like, why did they even show up? You should have stayed it somewhere like they do in Hollywood. And he said that he's African. They show that the capturing is good. The image is good, the picture is good, the sound is good. And we give it to you all the way it is. Because at the end of the day, I think there's a lot of duplication, especially in content, especially a visual. Lots of editings, lots of technology. Someone can change something something real into something imaginary. So basically here we go to what we stand for is the originality, authenticity, and then the realness of the element. If it's a musical instrument, we should bring it with the rust. And maybe it's one of the reasons why it even gives us that good sound. So we keep that bit of originality without editing, unless it really calls for, or maybe if we think it's the best. But otherwise, we always want to give,
keep it natural.
The way
Natural.
it is. Yes.
That's one thing we were just talking about a while ago. We also have, just to acknowledge, we also have someone from Nigeria here as well. We've got Nigeria joining us here.
But we also have some Nigerian movies showing on Record TV.
We've got Nigerian movies showing on.
So we are not fixed. Oga, Chineke me. So that's how Chile versatile we are, because we try to make sure that we give our audience like a bit of that and a bit of that. So our people from Nigeria, yes, Record TV also has you into consideration. So please go ahead and of course start timing yourself. Let's Cook is coming up. Moses and Ten Commandments is coming up. Make the hashtag going. Are we going to keep that hashtag LC?
Hashtag Elsie. We can keep it if somebody knows how to do it.
No, I think I'm going to have to teach you.
Oh, okay. I love to learn. So yes, you can teach me how to do it.
First
and we'll get that going.
You download the app.
Data. Data. This is Africa. Data.
Oh, you need it. You need the
I'll need it. Record TV. I'm just going to show that logo up here. Right, let's go and have a trip inside and have a look and see what we've got in there. And right, so follow Baxter and I as we go up. And before it rains. Excuse this here, that's my mic hidden away.
Yeah, I need to see mine too.
But mine looks funny.
Oh, yeah.
Right, off we go. Join us on this adventure. Let's see what it's like in a TV station.
All right, here's the security. We make sure you don't enter with no weapons and everyone is set inside. Hello, madam. How are you?
Okay. Doing a good job.
And if you have to do any registration, suppose you want to keep your number, you can actually always get it right here. And then, of course, right here inside, this is our reception.
Oh, it's actually a good image. I thought it was going to be too dark. Record TV. Here
So
we
when
go.
you come here, here's actually where you can get some direction. Where do you need to go? Who do you need to see? How would you like to be helped? Also, we usually have our receptionist in there. Oh, she's camera shy. At the moment, she's away. And then they say, of course, we have actually our marketing team sits, so that if you have some business for us, the person is there not to make you wait, so that we can actually get the money soonest. So basically, this is our house, and yes, the team is quite big. The others are up on the other floors. So this is basically how it goes, like being inside Record TV. You know.
So this is Record TV. Let's Cook is going to be aired on Record TV, 8 p.m. on Sunday, starting from 7th of July. And remember to put in your diary as well on the Thursday before the 7th of July, when Let's Cook will be aired at 8 p.m. We've got M10, which is Moses and the Ten Commandments, which will be at 9 p.m. on the Thursday. So lots of things to keep you occupied. And remember that they do stream live on Facebook. So just go onto their Facebook page and you'll never miss a moment in your Record TV. And I think that's really cool, because there's some people that they're abroad and they miss the taste of home. They want to see something from home.
The accessibility is not that much.
Yeah. And then also the other thing is, when you're watching on TV sometimes, there are just too many stations. You're like trying to flick through to find which one you wanted to watch this on. But if you just set it in your diary to go onto Facebook if you're abroad, and if you're here in Uganda, then switch the TV on and stick with Record TV. One thing that I have to say about Record TV and the reception that I've had here is they're very open. I must say that that's one of the things that drew me to them. The openness of the team. As you see there, it's an open office behind you. And I think I've never heard that explanation before, but the team is there so that you're not left waiting. You can see them. You can see that they're there.
Meant to remind you that you're always welcome. Our doors are open, and no one is going to be like, slam the door. No, it doesn't happen like that, because we actually welcome everyone in your capacity. It's actually a family TV station. So at the end of the day, different people get to carry different ages, different capabilities, and we just like welcome everybody in their capacity with, of course, the protocol that needs. Because first and foremost, before you put a title to anyone, they are human, and you are human, and that is actually just about enough an explanation to give if you have to be hospitable to people. That's why I guess we don't have so many doors, especially in some of our offices.
Open door policy. And that, again, must be subconsciously one of the things that drew me to this, because with Let's Cook, we're all about diversity. In season 2 of Let's Cook, we have a young gentleman who's 20 years old with autism. And he's on the show, and he's not there as a special case. It's not, Let's Cook or disability or anything like that. He's just another human being who enjoys cooking, who also expresses himself through cooking, and he's just a contestant on the show. So we're all about trying to lift up the minority, trying to let everyone have exposure to different types of people, so that when you see this type of person out on the street, you're not like, oh my goodness,
what is this? The wall, there's a wall, and I believe, by the way, I personally have run into a couple of people who are taken at disadvantage, and they don't want to be treated that way. We have to treat them just the way we also are. It's more like when you run into a tall and short person, like you're still human. The semblance inside is just the output that maybe might be different. So it's a one big family, and of course where everyone is acknowledged as perfectly human, not an animal about or maybe classifying and with different needs. Because we create these things. But sometimes they need support, but that doesn't bring them any less or any higher. So it's just about being human.
So you've heard it here. Record TV is an equal opportunity organization who is key on diversity, and really that's what we stand for as well. It's about bringing those life stories on Let's Cook. It's about bringing those life stories so that we can all identify with something in somebody else. We can learn from somebody else's story. We can grow by sharing our stories. And so therefore, you come in, tune in, stay tuned to Record TV because they're doing lots of other things as well. But stay hooked on Let's Cook because you might be surprised by some of the things that they get up to in the kitchen.
Maybe perhaps you get to save some money, yeah? When you spend in a fancy restaurant you go every weekend.
So keep tuned. Thank you for joining us. Any questions, just post them in and we can look at those questions later on as well and answer those questions to you. I'm sure we'll be able to post some of the responses on that. Thank you for joining us from Nigeria, from South Africa, from Cote d'Ivoire, from America. Where else have I forgotten? Kenya. I'm not sure. Oh, Uganda. We've got Uganda there. Is there anywhere else I'm missing? South Africa said. We've got West Africa there already.
Asia?
I'm not sure if there's anyone in from Asia. Did anyone come in? I'm not sure where tech support is from, but I'm sure there's someone in there from Guernsey as well. I know there's someone watching from Guernsey today. And so thank you very much for taking the time to come and see where Let's Cook will be aired on Record TV.
That's the logo right there.
That's the logo. They're based, their main headquarters is in Brazil, but they have a branch here in Uganda. So it's Record TV Uganda when you want to go on the Facebook page. It's Record TV Uganda, so that you can actually tune in and watch Let's Cook and all the other shows that they're going to be doing. But stick with Record TV, stick with me, and I'll be bringing you more things. We've got season 2 of Let's Cook, which is coming up. And when we air that and we see what the feedback is, we'll be getting people in. Oh, Ivory Coast, sorry, I forgot Ivory Coast.
Just maybe a quick reminder, so basically just in case you want to keep following, you know, the activities of Record TV, we're using a couple of hashtags. The first one is actually Record TV Uganda hashtag, then we have to reinvent is our brand. There is another hashtag that speaks a lot, especially when it comes to what we do. We reinvent and that is our brand. Be it business, be it community-based activities, be it humanitarian, be it news, information gathering, and of course conveying all that stuff. We just make sure that it's reinvented and we give it to you the way you need to receive it. Standard, real, true, and
Quality. And quality.
HD is how we convey our images. So if you're one of those people who are very critical when it comes to picture, crystal clear is what we do.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much. I will be staying on to answer any questions until we all sort of fade away. But now you know Let's Cook is going to be on Record TV. So we're going to do our Let's Cook tagline.
Okay.
So on the show, whenever the contestants are about to start cooking, the presenter, who is yours truly, me, thank you very much, thank you very much, says 3, 2, 1, let's cook. Okay, can you do it? All right. 3, 2, 1, let's cook. No, he needs some practice. No, you're going the wrong way around.
Okay, so
It's like you're just like going, hey.
Oh, like this.
Hey.
Hey. It's my hand.
I think he needs training. All right. Should we try it again? Okay. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Are you right?
The wrist. It's all in the wrist. It's all in the wrist. Okay?
It's in the wrist.
One more time. 3, 2, 1, let's cook.
I got this.
Thank you, guys.
It's been a pleasure.
Take care. And ask any of your questions, just keep on asking there, and Baxter will come back and can watch it and answer the questions on there. So keep it going, keep connecting with each other, keep chatting about the show. Ask the contestants in here. We've got Diego Mizero and Papa Africa Chef. Ask them about their experience on the show, what they learned, what they're doing now in their lives. I think earlier on, Pablo posted his links on what he's doing at the moment. So you can get that on there. But thank you so much, Baxter.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Just a big step for a great start.
A big step. Oh, hold on. A big step
for a
great start.
Very much.
And the great start is on Record TV. So keep it tuned. Keep it tuned. Thanks, guys.
You may have created.
Sorry?
You might make it a creative.
Say that again. Okay, so thanks guys. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, it's warm now. I've got it coming inside. I don't have the breeze. It's going to be on Record TV. Record. What? Just saying. So we hide it. It's going to be on Record TV. Oh, there we go. Someone's happy. I'm trying to get this on. Okay. So let's hide it for those who have just joined in. It's going to be on Record TV. Oh, you're trying to get it for that? No, don't worry. Thank you. Thanks, Baxter. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining in. Oh, you've just joined in. Silamon. Well, it's going to be on Record TV. You can watch the playback. This is the logo of Record TV. I'm in their station at the moment. And they will also be live streaming it on Facebook. So you'll be able to watch it from there, even though you'll be able to watch it from there. So we'll see that. What else do we have in the room? Oh, yes, I haven't forgotten Ivory Coast. Enjoy your time in Ivory Coast, and we can't wait to have you back here in Uganda, because when people are watching online on Facebook, I'd encourage you to comment on Facebook once you watch the show. If you have any questions for the contestants, post it on Facebook so that they can also watch and join in and answer the questions. So you'll find out about their lives as we go on in the episodes. Each episode will have 3 contestants cooking. So there'll be 3 groups of 3. After the first challenge, after the first group is finished and we find out who's leaving, we'll have the second group. We'll find out who's leaving from the second group. And then the third group, we'll find out who's leaving from the third group. That will leave us with 6 contestants out of the 9, because we'll lose 1 person from each group, leaving us with 6 contestants. From that 6 contestants, we will Chief Drino, how do you pronounce your name? Drino. We'll split into 2 groups of 3. So those are the semi-finals. The semi-finals will have 2 groups of 3. And then thank you very much for coming to support. 2 groups of 3. From those 2 groups of 3, we'll lose 2 people from each group. So the 3 groups will lose 2 people, remaining with 1 person from group 1 and 1 person from group 2. Those 2 people will then fight it out in the finals. Okay, now the contestants have been told not to reveal which Chief Drino. The contestants have been told not to reveal what position they came in the show, because obviously we want you to be able to really get hooked and want to find out who's going to win and want to find out if your favorite is going to make it further on in the show. So as you keep on watching, as you keep on losing people, if your favorite gets, out of the show, then that's going to be quite sad for you, but just find someone else to support. You can find someone else that you think, actually, I think this person should be able to do it. Encourage that person, find out, support that person and watch the show to see how far they get along. So it'll be interesting to see from the 9 contestants after the introduction of the contestants, just in, us showing who's going to be in the show. It'll be interesting to see, no, it's fine. It'll be interesting to see who you think is going to win. So go on Facebook once you've seen the contestants and just make your first choice of who you think is going to make it to the finals. You might be pleasantly surprised. But watch the show, fall in love with the contestants, ask questions on Facebook, get involved with other things that Record TV are doing, because I know in terms of value, they have really good values, the organization. Open door policy, as you've heard, and they are really sort of welcoming, very down to earth, and I really like that about them. Very down to earth, very open, very accessible. So Let's Cook is going to have its home here on Record TV. B. You have heard it here. So do any of you have any questions for me about either production or about the process or about the show? Ask your questions now. Oh, thank you very much for the 14 thumbs up. Anyone who hasn't done a thumbs up, kindly go in there and do that while I get for a charger. Kendra, in the backpack, there's a charger for the laptop. Yes, you can start recording. Right, so I'm going to move across. Got some nice comfy chairs here to where there's a socket. And I need my phone here. And I think what I could do, because some people are just going to join. Ooh, that's really painful. Some people are going to join halfway through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this so that we can see. Oh, wait. There we go. You see, a producer's mind. I'm always thinking, okay, what needs in the background? Thank you. So your questions here before you fly out. Do you have any questions about the process, about the show, about anything to do with the show and the process? Because obviously the reason I started this channel was to convey what life was like behind the scenes. So you've got the end product, but then there's always the, how did it come about? What goes into actually producing that end product? I'm going out to the field. So we've got there. So you see, nicely done. Put that in the background there. From my end anyway, the image quality. Obviously, it depends on your bandwidth and what processor you're using to see, if your image comes out clearly. But this is what it looks like on my phone. 3, 2, 1, let's cook. Any questions from last person in the room before we close up? We've been on 1 hour and 36 minutes. We did start about 20 minutes before, just so you can see behind the scenes and what's going on behind there. But just concept. It's not a show. Let's Cook is not a show just about cooking. It's about the stories of the people. It's about the lives of the people that are doing the cooking. It's about learning from them, learning from their life experiences, sharing their lives with them so that you can grow yourself by watching them and by engaging with them and by picking up different hints and tips from their life, transferring it to your life and those around you. This is Uganda, and I found the people here in Uganda to be very open, very honest people that are willing to give anything a go. And so it's about showing that as well, about showing that people are ambitious here and that they are willing to try something new. You give them 3 main ingredients. You give them a pantry to be able to use whatever they want to use in the pantry, and they will come up with totally different things. You really have to see it. Totally different things. But it's fun and it's heartwarming. It's a feel-good show. It's a show that you sort of can sit down with the family. It's decent. There's nothing to worry about if you've got young kids, no matter how old the kids are. I made sure that before the show, before we started shooting, that the contestants knew that it was a family show. So there's no sort of swearing or anything like that. There's nothing controversial like that. So everyone can sit down, everyone can join in and take part in the show. So thank you very much for joining me here at Record TV. And to reveal who the show is going to be with, spread it out to your friends. When we've got the Facebook link once we actually have the Facebook link. In fact, I'll see if I can get the Facebook link now. I will post it on there so that you can save it and you can set a reminder. So that's Record TV Uganda Facebook. I'm just doing a Google search, you see. I'm not that technologically minded, but I can use a search engine. So hopefully I will post the link here. I will post the link here, and you should be able to, for those of you who are outside Uganda, you should be able to watch it through this link that I've sent you. And you can watch other things on there as well, if you want to catch up with Ugandan news and all of that. So there we go. Take care for now. I shall just check this to make sure I can switch off. And then I will log off. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you for being here at A Producer's Life in Uganda. All the best, 8 p.m. on Record TV. Goodbye.